Good evening. This is CJ with the GOAT Sports Talk, and news coming out today that Gordon Hayward has signed a 4-year, $128 million deal with the Boston Celtics, and this gives him another, what would be considered another all-star wing alongside of Isaiah Thomas. Of course, we know that they wanted to get, Paul George potentially to come over to the Boston Celtics, but we know how that didn't work out with the trade that went down with Paul George for Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. So this is, ultimately they got what was one of the players on their list in the free agency, and this does kind of push them a little bit forward to give them another player that can score and that can take some pressure off of Isaiah Thomas a little bit. They do have Jason Tatum, who's looking very good so far in the Summer League. So this does give them a lot of depth in that wing position. Like I said before, that you need those wing players. You need those guys between the height of 6'5" to 6'10", 6'11", that can put the ball on the floor, that can shoot from three, and basically can create their own offense for themselves and for others. So they got another guy that can do that. And, to me, he's, a good enough addition. I just think that ultimately, they're going to need, some more help in order to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, but at least they added something. Also, they didn't trade all those picks that they have. So at the end of the day, over the course of the next couple of years, they can add some more young talent to their team via the draft. It's not going to be a big hit to their salary cap. And if you look at it, if they can add players along the level of, Karl Anthony Towns and a Wiggins, who's basically still under their rookie contracts. Those are the type of, hits, those are the kind of home runs that if you're Danny Ainge and the Boston Celtics, that you want to hit in the draft. And I think that they could have had a good one. I know they weren't able to get Josh Jackson, which to me, I know that they wanted him because he was an athletic wing that can defend, and they probably felt that with working on his overall skill set, that he could get to the level maybe in 3 years or so where he could be an all-star player. And I believe that as well. He could probably be an all-star caliber player, but him playing out in the West, it's going to be very hard to make the all-star team with all those dominant wings over there. So, but for the most part, when you look at it, give Celtics credit. They did make a big offer for Paul George. It was rejected, primarily to me, to be honest, for other reasons, which we may even discuss, later on. But they got who they wanted. He easily could have went to the Miami Heat. In fact, the Miami Heat had just cleared, the contract of Chris Bosh today, which would have made it even easier for them to make room. In fact, that would have helped them out for a free agency period because they would have been able to probably lock up, another player along with the Gordon Hayward. But to me, at the end of the day, I think Gordon Hayward was just a better fit in Boston, in part because Boston has already showed themselves that they can win 60-plus games without him. So they got another player that can do that. They got a coach in Brad Stevens, in which he's familiar with because he played for him at Butler. So that's pretty much how, I feel about it, that it would be the best fit. I'm pretty sure that he was really thinking long and hard about whether or not he wanted to play, for Miami or Boston, in part because Miami's just a better place to live, and they don't have state tax. He has a young wife, young family. They probably would enjoy going to the beach, often. And coming from Utah, you want to probably switch it up. But at the end of the day, he had to look at it from a basketball perspective. This gives him an opportunity also to make multiple All-Star teams, which he wouldn't make with the way the West is right now, with some big-time, All-Star caliber players going to the West over this, this off season. He probably would just fall back into obscurity if he stayed with the Utah Jazz. This now allows him to build a career that may be more friendly to him. The narrative may be more friendly to him over the next few years because he's playing for the Boston Celtics. So we'll see how that happens. Again, closing off, this is again CJ with the GOAT Sports Talk. See you later.